Hey there, biology students. Today I would like to explain a few things that should help you as you complete the Illustrating the Stages of the Cell Cycle assignment. Please be sure to start off by either printing this document, if you have a printer. If you don't, that's not really a big deal. I just made a template myself here, pretty straightforward. Make sure you title it, make sure you have the chart there. And then I just took a couple of minutes to very simply draw out those cell membranes and then copy down just all of the arrows and the numbers and the things that are on this document. So as you go through and complete the document, there are a few things I'd like to point out, and then also some details I'd like to add. As you're doing this, please take a significant amount of time and go back, reread pages 282 to 284. And then there are pictures along the margins that are extremely helpful, labeling a lot of these structures so you can figure out what those are. Also on page 285, there's a bigger picture image with some explanations of what's happening in the cell cycle. So reference those things. You're going to put the stages of the cell cycle in the numbered spaces. Please note there are not separate cells or redrawn cells that goes along with step 5. It's really stage 5 or what's going on here with number 5 is in between 4 and 6. And it's a cycle. So think about the logic there in terms of where you should end up. When you look at this structure chart, please draw and label these structures where they're appropriate. So you're not going to have all of these structures in all of the represented cells in each stage of the cell cycle. Another really important thing to note is that the colors here listed on the chart are the colors I would like you to use, and they're different than the colors in the book. That's very purposeful. When you understand what chromatin is and where that is in the cell, I want you to recognize that and think about, okay, I'm going to make that green instead of just simply copying down an image and not really knowing what those structures are and what those parts do. So please be sure to pay attention to that. Another detail in the directions where it says label each structure twice in your pictures below. What I mean by that is you should have chromatin labeled somewhere in these images twice. Your chromosomes should be labeled somewhere twice. So don't label the same structure twice, but where that appears and where it's appropriate to appear in each of those cells, make sure you have those actually labeled. When you complete this drawing, I would like you to turn it in by taking a selfie with your work. So whether you printed it and did your illustrating on your printed paper, or if you did that on your notebook, it would simply look something like this, right? So I can see your smiling face, and then turn that in. If you have to take a couple, that's just fine. In fact, that might make a little bit more sense to take your selfie and then also turn in an image that's much more clear so I can see your work. If you have questions as you're working, I'm online all day long, and I would love to hear from you. So you can drop me a message on Google Classroom. You can send me an email. And then also in my emails, I've been sending out my Google Voice phone number. And so if you want to just go ahead, give me a call and we can talk through any questions that you might have, that's also an option. So please have fun with this one.